1 hour heating and air conditioning weather center.
Mostly cloudy overnight with a brief shower, low 61. Rather cloudy Saturday, showers and a thunderstorm, high 73. Sunday, cloudy with a shower or a thunderstorm around, high Sunday, 77. I'm Brian May on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com. Stand by for your daily act of civil disobedience. You're listening to Joe Walsh right now on AM 560, The Answer.
What got Joe Walsh so upset?
What got Joe Walsh so amped up?
Joe Walsh, who, constantly makes national news with his outrageous remarks.
Joe Walsh told a Tea Party group the most important amendment in that Bill of Rights is the Second Amendment. It protects every other amendment.
We're trying to be stupid. It's like as a people, we're trying to be stupid. It's like as a people, we're trying to erase our history. It's like as a people and as a country, I believe, man, that as we continue down this road, the day's going to come in America where every statue and every book about George Washington will be gone. All of our founding fathers. We will erase any and all memory of our founding fathers because they owned slaves. We live in a country right now that's so stupid. We just want to get rid of our history. We live in a country right now too often ruled by political correctness, with no perspective and no understanding. And we don't teach our young people that America was a very different place in 1795, in 1826. But we live in a time right now where we've got to judge everybody right now. We got to judge everybody who lived in the year 1787 in America or 1795 in America or 1827 in America or 1868 in America. All those people who lived then, all those men and women who did great things then. Screw all that. We got to judge them all by how we live today, by our values today. No sense of history. Just get rid of the statue. Don't name that school after George Washington. He owned slaves. Get rid of that statue of Thomas Jefferson. He owned slaves. He's a bad man. All according to the way we think today. So get this. He was a founding father. He was one of the most important founding fathers of this country. In no particular order. He was the author of the Declaration of Independence. He designed and founded the University of Virginia. He was vice president. He was the third president of the United States. Governor of Virginia, United States Minister to France, the first Secretary of State of this country. Authored the Louisiana Purchase. He was a Virginia state legislator. He wrote the Virginia Constitution. He was the author of states' rights in this country. He's the author of religious freedom in this country. He's one of the greatest writers and authors of and thinkers of limited government in this country. He did all that. And did I tell you that he is the author of the Declaration of Independence? He did all of that. But Charlottesville, Virginia, wants to end the city holiday in honor of Thomas Jefferson. Nearly 200 years after Jefferson's death, Charlottesville, Virginia, no longer wants to honor Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration of Independence, the third president of the United States, the designer and founder of the University of Virginia. I can go on. There's a long list of amazing accomplishments that Thomas Jefferson did that has led, that created this country and has created who we are. But 200 years after Thomas Jefferson died, Charlottesville, Virginia, that had always celebrated a city holiday for their native son, is going to end having a holiday in honor of Thomas Jefferson because, he owned slaves. One of those slaves may have mothered one of his children. So because he owned slaves, and we don't do that today, like that's a bad thing today, even though it was the legal way of life back then, let's just get rid of Thomas Jefferson, says Charlottesville, Virginia. Forget about everything he's done. Let's judge him. How about this? Let's take Thomas Jefferson and let's judge him by how we do things today. How about that? That's fair. And he owns slaves. And nobody listening to me right now owns slaves. Nobody working in my studio right now owns slaves. I don't think anybody in America, I got to check. I'll have my interns look into it. But we all look down upon that. Poo-poo, bad thing. In the year 2019, we're so damn enlightened. In the year 2019, we can't own slaves. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. So let's go back through our history and let's just say, screw you, George Washington. Screw you, Thomas Jefferson. I don't care what you did for America. I don't care what you did for this country's founding. We are going to judge you. We're going to judge your life based on the way we think today. This is the story. The kind of story that just pisses me off. Because it demonstrates so clearly, I suppose a couple of things. Maybe where I started. It demonstrates so crystal clearly how stupid we are as a people. I mean, the fact that the good folks of Charlottesville, Virginia, the city council and the mayor, and they all want to get rid of Thomas Jefferson Day in Charlottesville, Virginia, the fact that they can't sit around a table and go, let's look through America's history. A lot of great men and women did a lot of great things. Thomas Jefferson, boy, I'll tell you what, he'd be at the top of the list. Charlottesville, Virginia itself would be a very different place, thank you, if not for the man who designed and founded the University of Virginia, thank you. Thomas Jefferson would be at the top of the list. When you look at, this is what cracks me up, when you look at all the people in our nation's history who contributed greatly to what this country is, Thomas Jefferson would be near the top of the list. Again, and the list of what he's done it would take me the entire show today to rattle off. I picked three that are near and dear to my heart. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. In my view, a more important and a more worthy and a better document than the United States Constitution. He authored the Declaration of Independence. He was the author of religious freedom in this country. And the good folks in Charlottesville, Virginia, can't sit around a nice conference table there at City Hall and kind of weigh and balance. Okay, Thomas Jefferson did all of this. Boy, America wouldn't be the same without Thomas Jefferson, but because he owned slaves at a time, and I hate to add details, I hate to be a jerk, but because he owned slaves at a time when hang on everybody, I hope this doesn't get me kicked off the air, Josh. Because Thomas Jefferson, I'm going to say it. Get that dump button ready. Because Thomas Jefferson owned slaves at a time when it was legal to do so, because he did that, let's erase him from our history books. Let's knock down every Thomas Jefferson statue. Get his name off of every elementary school. And Lordy B., Charlottesville, Virginia, you can't have a day honoring him. He owned slaves back when it was legal to do so.
Connect with Joe Walsh on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
I'm pissed off, and don't even try to get me in a good mood. 312-642-5600 if you want to call. 312-642-5600. When you sit down to eat dinner tonight, will you have a stoplight on your kitchen table to let you know when to stop eating? Well, you know what? Listen to this. You do have a stoplight that's naturally present in your body. It's called OEA. OEA is a molecule that sends a signal to your brain that you're full. Now, for some of us, that signal isn't strong enough, and that's why we keep eating and gaining weight. Hey, get your body some help. Get Riduzone. Riduzone contains OEA, and it's formulated to help you know when you're full. Think of Riduzone as your stoplight. Riduzone was developed to help your stomach send a signal to your brain so that you can feel fuller naturally. Riduzone's not a stimulant. It does not contain caffeine. It contains OEA, and that's all it contains. Get Riduzone today at fighttosecravings.com. That's fighttosecravings.com. Order today to get a special offer. Right now, go to fighttosecravings.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Stephen Leahy, and I help business owners, 1099 employees, and those with unfiled tax returns solve their IRS problems. And I'm also the host of the IRS Radio Hour.
And I'm Jim Leahy, the co-host of the IRS Radio Hour, heard right here every Sunday evening at 5 on AM 560.
The Answer. I know you want a local attorney you can look in the eye and hold accountable for solving your IRS problem, not some big box outfit without a Chicago connection. So today we have a special offer. A good night's sleep.
A good night's sleep? Are you trying to give away a pillow?
Great guess, Jim. But no, I want to help people solve the problems that are keeping them up at night. If you fear the IRS will take away your money, freeze your bank account, garnish your wages, visit your home or job, and now they can take away your passport, you need to hire me to solve your IRS problem for good.
Call attorney Stephen Leahy, your Chicago IRS answer man at 312-664-6649, 312-664-6649, and get the IRS out of your business and your life for good.
We've still got a few foursomes left for our upcoming golf outing, benefiting the 100 clubs of Chicago, DuPage, and Will counties. Now, many of you have asked me, do I need to be a business owner to golf with you? Oh, good God, no. Anybody can join us in golf on Monday, June 24th at the Mistwood Golf Club in Romeoville, presented by Clear Financial Strategies. All you got to do is call 312-363-6680. Reserve your foursome. Do it today, by the way, 312-363-6680. If you are a business owner, we've got a business benefactor program. You purchase a foursome for $11.96, and you will receive 25 60-second commercials to promote your business that will air right here on this radio station Monday through Friday. That's a $3,000 value, advertising value, for just $11.96, and a portion of the proceeds will benefit the 100 clubs that provide financial and educational assistance to the families of fallen first responders. Hey, call today to reserve your foursome, 312-363-6680. That's 312-363-6680, or learn more at 560theanswer.com/golf.
AM 560, The Answer.
No chill. It's Friday. I'm glad you're listening. Thank you. I've been in a bad mood all day. I spotted this a few hours ago. The city of Charlottesville, Virginia, wants to end any and all celebration of Thomas Jefferson's birthday because he owned slaves. Charlottesville, Virginia. And I'm bothered by this because this kind of thing is going on all over the country, not just to Thomas Jefferson. George Washington. You do know, I hope, that there are movements all over the country to remove the name George Washington from buildings and statues, schools and libraries, streets named after Washington or Jefferson, any of the other founding fathers, because they owned slaves back at a time when it was legal to do so. And, of course, this being the year 2019, we can't cut them any slack. Nobody today would or could own slaves. Well, if that's the case, then nobody back in Jefferson's time should have owned slaves. There, that's easy. See what we did? Here's what we did. So we define a guy like Thomas Jefferson based on that. We define him as a slave owner. And we try to erase everything else he did. Some of you think it's harsh when I call the American people stupid. This is the kind of crap that makes the American people stupid. We sanitize. We whitewash. We try to erase our history. Slavery existed. Don't try to wipe it out of our history books. Teach people about it. Jim Crow existed. It's like what YouTube is doing. See what YouTube's doing with any and all reference to Nazis and Nazism. They just want to erase. And so what's happened is a number of teachers who have been trying to use YouTube to teach their classes about the horrors of Nazis and Nazism, YouTube's even removed, you can't even teach. Teachers can't use YouTube to help teach their kids, their students, about Nazis and Nazism. You want to erase that from our history? It happened. Teach about the evils of Nazism. Don't pretend it didn't happen. Let me go to Walter. Hey, Walter, you're on with Joe Walsh.
Hey, Joe, how are you today?
I'm good, brother.
Sound fired up.
Yeah, a little bit. Your turn, though.
Is it as extreme as you state that people are trying to erase Thomas Jefferson and other figures like him from history?
And Walter,
my great-grandfather was a slave, so I understand.
No, I'll answer
kind of how they feel, but
I'll answer you, and then I'll let you go. Yes, for a number of years now, there's been movements to get Jefferson's name off of schools and buildings and remove Jefferson statues. There have been efforts all over the country to do the same thing with George Washington, any of our founding fathers who owned slaves. Yeah, it's kind of a nationwide movement. Go ahead.
What does that accomplish? And
It just makes us dumber. It makes us dumber, Walter.
That's what it seems like to me.
I mean, I'm with you, and I want your perspective. Say that again. Your great-great-grandfather was a slave?
Great-grandfather was a slave.
Your great-grandfather was a slave. What bothers me, Walter, is like you and me right here in the year 2019, we know slavery is evil. Back at a time in America, it was a way of life. So do we judge those men back then by today's standards? You know what I mean?
I don't think you can. I don't think you should.
It's not fair.
There's good.
Yeah.
There's bad. And you teach people about good and bad, but you can't go back and erase all the bad. You're going to erase the whole world.
Dang, Walter, you said that better than I did in about 9 minutes. Thank you. Go ahead and erase the world. Erase all of history. Let me go to Philip. Hey, Philip.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
No, you're fired up, buddy. I like listening to you. But, hey, where's it going to end? Why don't we take all the southern states that were on the Confederate side and throw them out of the Union?
Bingo. How about it? You could own slaves in Virginia. How about getting Virginia out of the country?
They're out, or they got to change their name.
Well, Philip, you asked a great question. Where does it end? And I don't know that I have an answer for you. I don't know where this craziness is going to end.
I don't think it ends. I think they just keep on going. It just keeps going.
Thanks, man. Maybe that's part of the fun of doing this show. I know there's big news, and I know I could have led with Trump and deep state and all the crap that's going on in Washington, D.C. But I saw this today, and I don't think there's a story that bothered me more today than this. Thomas Jefferson, basically the founder of Charlottesville, Virginia. Charlottesville, Virginia wants to remove him. Get rid of his day, get rid of his holiday, no longer celebrate his birthday. The author, let me go, Josh, let me go. Don't send me to a commercial. The author of the Declaration of Independence. Nobody'd be listening to me right now without that document. I would not have a radio show without that document. There would not be a country, the United States of America, without that document. And he wrote it. He gave it to us. But let's not celebrate his birthday because he owned slaves when it was legal to do so. Good God.
The revolution has been reloaded. It's the Joe Walsh Show on AM 560. The Answer.
Want to keep your AC from conking out? At your local 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, we recommend an AC tune-up, ASAP. It can help pinpoint potential problems and even extend the life of your air conditioning system. How's that for a comforting thought? Right now, get cool savings on an AC tune-up. Call 855-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1 Hour.
Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hey guys, your prostate should be the last thing on your mind. But the fact is, the older you get, the more likely you'll have prostate problems, which can affect your everyday life. That's where Prostate Complete by Real Health comes in. Prostate Complete is the result of 20 years of experience as a leader in men's health. The powerful formula in Prostate Complete supports natural prostate function and reduced urinary urges for a better quality of life. Available at Walmart. Visit prostate1perday.com for special offers. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, do you avoid doing things you'd ordinarily do because you got aches and pains? If that sounds like you, shame on you. Come on now. Do something about your aches and pains. Do what I did a while back. Get your hands on Relief Factor, the natural way to deal with the aches and pains of life. Relief Factor is made from wild-caught fish oil, a bunch of other botanicals. Hey, it works. I do not promote any product on this radio show that I don't use or really believe in. I use Relief Factor. It helped me. I believe in it, which is why I'm still talking about it. Find out if Relief Factor will help you. They have a 3-week quick start program that's available for just $19.95. That's less than 95 cents a day. Go to relieffactor.com to order. That's relieffactor.com or call 800-500-8656. 8384. That's 800-500-8384. I'm done. I vented. It's your turn now. I'll let you sound off on this bull crap. Call me. If you're on the line, stay there. 312-642-5600. Trying to erase Thomas Jefferson from our history books. Give me a call. More coming up right after the news with Tom Beck.
The Ochoa baby has died. Good afternoon. It's 77 degrees in Chicago at 5:30. On AM 560, The Answer. I'm Tom Beck. It was April 23rd when 19-year-old Marlon Ochoa was murdered and her baby was cut from her womb. This morning, the baby died. Clarissa Figueroa and her daughter Desiree are charged with murder for the killing of Ochoa. A man is charged with concealing a homicide. NBC5 reports the attorney for the baby's father wants more charges now.
This baby did not just die. The baby was murdered. And we demand justice, and we demand that the state's attorney indict and charge these three murderers, these vicious, evil people, with a new crime of murder.
Mayor Lightfoot is considering removing police officers from Chicago public schools. An audit accuses the police department of running a program without oversight and training. The mayor has asked Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson and school CEO Janice Jackson to consider other options. President Trump says there is no doubt Iran was behind an attack on two tankers in the Gulf of Oman. The U.S. military released video that appeared to show an Iranian Navy boat removing an unexploded mine from a Japanese-owned tanker. On AM 560, The Answer, I'm Tom Beck.
Blue Emu supports healthy muscles and joints. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink.
It's time we had an uncomfortable conversation. A conversation about race, about crime, about politics, about all the things that divide us so that we can find the things that might unite us. That's what AM 560's own Joe Walsh and Maze Jackson from WVON 1690 AM will do each week on their podcast, Uncomfortable Conversations. Check it out at 560theanswer.com every Thursday and catch Maze with Joe Thursday evening at 6:30 right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Hi, I'm Misty May Trainer. As a 3-time gold medalist beach volleyball world champion, I had access to the world's best trainers and doctors. But now I'm retired, a busy mom of 3, coach volleyball, and I want my legs to look as good as possible. So when I noticed the veins on my legs, I wanted the same world-class treatment I was used to.
So Misty May joined the over 1 million women and men who went to Vein Clinics of America. For over 35 years, the doctors at Vein Clinics of America have been the leading experts in the non-invasive treatment of vein disease. If you're experiencing tired, painful, tender legs, or have lost your confidence due to those embarrassing varicose and spider veins, you can get world-class treatment for your legs in the Chicagoland area.
My experience with Vein Clinics of America was amazing. I got my legs back, and I'm ready to hit the beach again feeling confident.
Call Vein Clinics of America now to see if you qualify for a free consultation. Most treatments are covered by insurance. Call 800-514-5100. 800-514-5100. That's 800-514-5100.
How can you get from here to there? We've got the answer from the AM 560 Traffic Center.
Coming in on the Edens at Willow, there's a crash off onto the shoulder. Lake Hook Road down to the junction, 51 minutes outbound in 25. Kennedy outbound, 43 to the split, 25 in the express, hour 2 to the airport. Inbound from O'Hare, sickening. O'Hare back in, hour and 21. 51 minutes just off the junction. Now the Yankee, their way, hour 6 between 390 and the Circle. Stevenson outbound at 359, hour 8. Inbound from 359, holding at 59 minutes. On the Dan Ryan outbound, braking at Pershing. Downtown out to 95th and 36th. Inbound is crawling from the Stevenson to the Burn. 95th back into the Circle at 31. Bishop Ford outbound brutal down to 130th with a crash off under the shoulder. 45 minutes from the Ryan split down to 8094. That's traffic. I'm Mary DeBadges. On AM 560, The Answer.
Now, your official weather forecast from the 1-hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds overnight with a brief shower, low 61. Rather cloudy Saturday with showers and a thunderstorm, high 73. Sunday, plenty of clouds, shower or thunderstorm around, high Sunday, 77. I'm Brian May on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com. Time now for the AM 560 Opinion Express poll question.
Do you think co-ed Marine training is good for the military?
Vote online at 560theanswer.com.
Hey, Joe Walsh. Thank you. Hope you've had a good week. Follow me on Twitter at Walsh Freedom. If you miss a show, please catch the podcast. Go to walshfreedom.com/podcast. Let me go to Tom. Hey, Tommy.
Hi, Joe. We would not be having this debate if Americans just had such a simple understanding of history. And if you can imagine placing yourself, being born in a culture, in a time and place, and going along with the mores, if people would just ask that of themselves and have an understanding. And additionally, slavery has been a part of human nature. It's read the Bible. It's full of that. And in many parts of the world, it still exists today. And it's not necessarily a racial component either.
No. But, Tommy, you nailed it. It's like we are so ignorant of history today. So ignorant. Thank you, my friend. So ignorant of history. And it's like we don't want to learn it. And it's like our kids aren't taught it. By the way, when was the last time any of you looked at an American history textbook, grade school or high school? You'd be blown away by what is in that American history textbook and what is not in that American history textbook. You'd be blown away. Let me go to Russ. Hey, Russ.
Joseph, I've been stuck down in Dallas for 6 weeks. Help. And I'm working down here. Working down here. Anyway, there's all the thing about Dallas is that their politicians are almost as stupid as the Chicago politicians. Almost.
Down in Dallas? Wow.
No, you don't. Okay, you know who most of the transplants are from? They're from New Jersey, New York, and some of the East Coast.
I hear you.
That's where they're from.
Gotcha. Okay,
so,
buddy.
Anyway,
thank you.
Here's a couple of things. In the back of my mind, I remember somebody saying something about fundamentally transforming America and then rewriting history. Okay.
Yep.
And here's something for people out there to look at. 1963, the congressional record. There was 45 points of the Communist Manifesto that was written into the record, and it'll show you right there that most of the stuff that they wanted to do to America is being done at the behest and at the power of the Democrat Party, which is the enemy of this nation.
Hey, Russ, thank you. Enjoy Dallas. This is a bipartisan problem. This is political correctness. And I understand I love my wife, my lovely Jewish bride, Helene. She's always texting me when she's listening, and she wanted me to be sure to say it's just a small group of people that's doing things like this. No, it is, but it's not anymore. It's like a virus, and it spreads. This is political correctness, and it spreads. And, yeah, maybe there is a minority group of people behind it, but then the people around it are afraid. And then people just kind of sign on because they don't want to stand out, and they don't want to be politically incorrect. And it grows and grows, which is why you have this effort all over the country to go after our founding fathers, not just Jefferson, to go after our founding fathers because they owned slaves. Let me go to Rich. Hey, Rich.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I'm good, man.
Hey, you know what? What right do these people have to criticize them? The only right they have to do it is because Washington, the founding fathers, gave them that right.
Bingo.
So if they want to criticize, they want to erase his memory, they should give up all the rights that they earned for him.
Hey, Rich, that's a great point, man. Because of Jefferson and all the rest, these nincompoops in Charlottesville, Virginia, they have a right to remove all mention of Thomas Jefferson. Because our founding fathers fought and died and risked and gave up everything to give us that right. Let me go to Jim. Hey, Jim, thanks for hanging on.
Thank you. Good job last week at the Project Hood event, by the way.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
That was very lively. Anyways, there's a guy, you can Google, his name was August Donato. He was a black slave owner.
Yep.
And there's a guy, I don't remember the name of the book right now, but there was a fellow documented a lot of the black owners of slaves back in those days. And also, like the other caller mentioned, you can thank Bill Clinton and Barack Obama for slavery going on today in Libya, because after Gaddafi left, that's what's happened. These guys are coming up from Africa, and they have the money to pay their fare. They're being made into slaves.
Hey, Jim, thanks. Thanks for the info. Life is short, and I hear what you're saying. I'm concerned about this country, and I'm worried about this country. And I'm worried because we've been told so often, if you don't remember your history, if you don't learn your history, what's going to happen? That's where we are today.
This is Joe Walsh on AM 560. The Answer.
312-642-5600. The life issue is once again at the forefront in America. Now, while some states are passing heartbeat bills to protect life, states like Illinois are rolling back restrictions. And that means that now, more than ever, women facing crisis pregnancies need options. That's what Heartbeat International provides. Heartbeat International runs an option line. It's a toll-free, 24-hour-a-day phone line staffed by consultants who are there to provide women with options for medical care and support, maternity homes, and adoption centers. All of those resources exist for one reason: to prevent an abortion. That's what Heartbeat International is all about. And every day, their option line receives over 1,000 contacts every single day. But there's a cost to keeping the option line running, and the cost is $75 per hour. So listen up. Right now, we're asking you to partner with us and Heartbeat International and sponsor an hour of the option line for just $75. That's all it takes. Sponsor an hour with a gift of just $75. Go to saveababynow.com. That's saveababynow.com, or call 800-999-7408. Your gift of $75 could be what it takes to help a woman choose life. 800-999-7408 or saveababynow.com.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
When I wasn't taking it and I was waiting for my operation, I was feeling very tired. Now I'm driving like 11, 12 hours a day. I told you I manage 15 gas stations. And I have so much energy. I even gave some of my pills for my son, and he said, "Dad, this is good." So I like it. I'm healing so fast. It's like amazing. My family is so surprised because my wound closing up and doing so good. So that is working now that I'm start taking my those fruits and vegetables.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. For a limited time, you can receive a 30% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, hey. Hey, it looks dark out, Josh. I think it's going to be raining soon. How come it's always raining? I took the dog. I live in northern Illinois. I took the dogs for a walk this morning. I had my freaking winter coat on. Do you know that it's going to be what? The longest day of the year? Oh, my God. We are only a week away from June 21st. The longest day of the year. And I'm wearing a winter coat. That's unbelievable. It's like always, there was no spring. None. It's always raining. It's always cold around here. I apologize. I'm in a bad mood. The weather didn't help, and Charlottesville, Virginia, I'd like to respectfully punch every member of that city council. Let me go to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Joe, how you doing? I feel your pain with the weather. I'm right down the street from you in Libertyville.
Horrible.
So I know all about it. What I wanted to say, you were asking where this ends.
Where does it
them
end?
Getting rid of the
Yeah.
school. I'll tell you where it ends. It ends once they vilify these guys and get their names removed. Then they go after their ideas, the freedom of religion, the stuff that is in the Declaration of Independence, the stuff that is found in our Constitution. That's the long-term goal. This stuff, they're just messing around the fringes right now. But once they vilify these guys, then they can work on their ideas. And
Tom, that's an interesting point. So, I mean, Jefferson was the author of Limited Government and Religious Freedom. Maybe they're going after the ideas.
Amen. That's their goal.
Thank you, brother. That's scary. That's scary. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. You understand how damn revolutionary those words were back then? You're all endowed by your Creator with certain unalienable rights. And whenever you believe that a government is usurping those rights, the people, Jefferson said, have the right to overthrow that government. But he owned slaves back when it was legal to do so. So he's a bad man. He's a bad man. Very, very bad man. Let me go to Quincy. Hey, Quincy.
Yes, so I noticed in all of your declarations, rereading some of the Declaration of Independence, you didn't mention nothing. You failed to mention anything about the Native Americans, the true owners of the land, this land was taken from them and they was systematically exterminated. You know, and you make slavery sound like you try to trivialize, make it sound like it was no big thing. But yet, in comparison to the Jewish Holocaust, which pales in comparison, I mean, it was the worst form of injustice on one person or what race of human beings on another in the annals of all of history. So I don't see how you can come
Quincy,
talking about our founding fathers.
Did our founding fathers do some bad things? Yes or no?
Well, if you exterminate,
no, I agree. I asked you a really simple question. Did our founding fathers do some bad things?
Most definitely so.
Okay, so do we judge them only on those bad things they did, or did they do some good things too?
Well, name some of the good things that they did as it pertains to the people who rightfully this land belongs to, and the slaves.
They gave us this country. I'll start there. Flaws and all, Quincy. Flaws and all. They gave us a free country. Is that a good thing? Hey, Quincy, let me ask you, and I respect your opinion, man. Should we be thankful for what guys like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson did? Yes or no?
Who owned slaves and was responsible for the extermination of the native people.
I'm going to take that as a no, Josh. So and I hear you, Quincy. Thank you. They didn't do anything about slavery. And so many years later, we had to have a war to deal with slavery. And you can complain about whatever they did to Native Americans. But what I asked you, Quincy, was, with all of that, and I've acknowledged that our founding fathers were flawed. Thomas Jefferson was a flawed man. George Washington. Even Washington was a flawed man. Did they not do some good? And there's a guy, Quincy, right there. I don't know him, but he called into this radio show in the year 2019, June something or other, 2019. It's hard to tell what month this is because it's cold as crap outside. But there's Quincy, an American citizen, I'm going to assume, who can't acknowledge that George Washington and Thomas Jefferson did anything good. There's an American who is not thankful for what guys like Washington and Jefferson did. And I would argue Quincy's not alone. There are a lot more Quincy's out there. Let me go to Ken. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Joe. Great show again. Always a great show. Just wanted to comment. The revolution has started. It is another revolution, like 1776. We're in the first inning. We only got one out. But we're fighting, and we're not giving in, and we're not negotiating. I just wanted to pass that on because that's what made America, and that's what's going to keep America great again. Your comment.
Ken, I agree. I've been saying that now for a long, long time, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. I do believe that this country, that we all, even though we disagree on a lot of these issues and we disagree on our founding principles, you put Quincy and I in a studio together, there's probably not a lot that Quincy and I agree on. I'm going to assume that Quincy loves this country just like I love this country. But I would say that Quincy and I probably have two very distinct ideas of what America is, and I agree. The country right now is going through what I've called the Third American Revolution. And it is early. Ken, I agree with that. We're only 10, 11, 12 years into it. It's really early. But you know what? All I want, and we're going to hop to another topic. The state of Florida did something really good today, and the state of Illinois did what the state of Illinois always does. Something not so good. And we'll get to all of that after the top of the hour. I just wish more people in this country knew their history. New American history. That's all. I just wish that were the case. Because we really don't. Too many of us really, really don't. And that's a shame. That's all.
To the Joe Walsh Show on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, join the GOA Regional Business Association for a day out on the links with other area business leaders. Your day at Schaumburg Golf Club includes a round of golf, lunch, golf cart dinner, range, balls, and opportunities to win raffle items. Find a friend or three and register for the GOA 2019 Golf Classic at thegoa.com. That's thegoa.com. One more time, thegoa.com.
As a parent, you want what's best for your children. That means sending them to a school where they'll get the superior education they deserve, and that also shares your values. That can be tricky these days, as public schools have changed and private schools can be expensive. Your household budget has already been cut to the bone, and it's hard to imagine where you'll find that extra money. Well, there's help to lessen that financial burden and provide your child with the very best education at half the cost. At AM 560 The Answer, we work with private schools throughout the Chicagoland area to provide tuition for families at half the normal cost. Just log on to halfpriceschools.com and you'll find some of Chicagoland's finest private schools, from preschool all the way through high school, at half the cost. And chances are there's a school right in your neighborhood. Invest in your child's education and future at halfpriceschools.com. A limited number of half-price vouchers are available. Go to halfpriceschools.com now.
Attention maintenance coordinators. Fans are a vital part of your business's building or factory. You've got to keep the air moving. But when they break down or need service, who can you call? Vans Industrial repair all types of fans, from small wall fans to large air movers.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. Fan repair is one of many services that Vans offers. If you have a fan with a damaged shaft, bearing, impeller, or housing, we can help. And if you need a new fan, we handle all major brands and can provide engineering assistance to properly size your new fan. Our crews can respond to your emergencies or routine maintenance and will have your fan back up and running fast. And when we're done repairing your fan, we can also dynamically balance it so it runs smooth for years to come.
Vans uses only the best and safest union-trained mechanics, insured at the highest level, to perform the job right. Call 833-VANS-IND to get your fan repaired today. That's 833-VANS-IND. Or on the web at vansindustrial.com.
It's Health Quest Radio, Chicagoland's longest-running health, news, and science show with your host, Dr. David Kolbaba.
You know, people who age slower live longer. It's our dirt cheap age analysis assessment. We can compare your biologic age with your chronologic age to determine how fast you're aging. Just a few seconds to safely scan for those advanced glycation end products that cause premature aging. And I'll pay for your first assessment. That's right, your first one is free. Then we'll give you a few things to do and retest in 60 days. It's our dirt cheap age analysis assessment. But you gotta call our Health Quest radio hotline at 800-794-1855. That's 800-794-1855. First one free if you make that call right now. Some conditions and restrictions to apply. It's our dirt cheap age analysis assessment. Call 800-794-1855. It's Health Quest Radio with me, Dr. David Kolbaba, this Saturday morning at 11.
Hey, if you are a business owner, listen up. One of the most challenging parts about running a business is making sure you have all the materials you need to keep your business humming along all day. Just look around your office. You've got hundreds of items you need: boxes, envelopes, shelves, labels, chairs, ladders. The list can seem endless. That's why you need to stop messing around with multiple suppliers and order everything you need for your business from one place, Uline. Uline is the sponsor of the Joe Walsh Show. Uline is also the only vendor you'll need for all of the things you need to make your business run, no matter what business you're in. Right now, they have over 34,000 products in stock. And if you order before 6 p.m., they have same-day shipping. Check them out today online at uline.com. That's uline.com.
It's news, opinion, insight. It's AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago.
Joe Walsh, AM 560, The Answer. Follow me on Twitter at Walsh Freedom. If you miss a show, catch the podcast. Go to walshfreedom.com/podcast. 312-642-5600 is our number. The state of Florida did something good today. I'm going to have it for you coming up right after Fox News.
The president clarifying comments on political dirt. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. The president today clarifying comments that triggered a new controversy.
Comments that he made earlier this week in which he said he would not necessarily inform the FBI if he was handed damaging information on an opponent by a foreign entity.
I'd report it to the Attorney General, the FBI. I'd report it to law enforcement. Absolutely.
The president also criticized Democrats for paying former British intelligence officer Christopher Steele for his opposition research.
It may be the single biggest political crime in the history of our country.
Steele spoke with Russian government officials about what Donald Trump might have done as a private citizen, and he eventually shared his reports with federal law enforcement officials.
Fox's John Decker at the White House. The British government says it agrees with a U.S. conclusion that Iran attacked 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman. The Foreign Office says in a statement that its own assessment concluded it is almost certain that a branch of the Iranian military, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, attacked the tankers. President Trump says his administration will have a big announcement in a few weeks.
Something that's going to have a profound effect on the things that we're talking about and have been talking about over the last 2.5 years. It's going to be something really incredible. That'll take place over the next 2 weeks. That'll be a very big announcement. Nobody knows what it is. It's going to be a big surprise.
The president says the cryptic surprise is unrelated to his comments today about working to bring down the cost of health care. Mexico's immigration chief presenting his resignation to the country's president today as Mexico embarks on a crackdown on irregular immigration through its territory in response to U.S. pressure. No reason was given why Tenadi Guillen stepped down. This is Fox News.
You're listening to AM 560, The Answer, home of 7 of the top 100 radio talk hosts in America, according to Talkers Magazine. Congratulations to Joe Walsh.
I like that.
Larry Elder.
How do you do that?
Dennis Prager.
It should be obvious.
Sebastian Gorka.
That's very interesting.
Hugh Hewitt.
I got you already.
Mike Gallagher.
Honest to goodness.
And the #1 talk show host in the country, Sean Hannity.
This is a little bit overboard.
The top talkers in America are talking right here on AM 560, The Answer.
It's important to have a heating and cooling company you know you can depend on. That company is the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling. They aren't one of those massive companies with newer techs and subcontractors. Oh no, Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling send only their own highly skilled techs. From service to installation and everything in between, the work quality and customer service is the best. For 40 years, the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling has kept homeowners and business customers comfy and warm in the winter and nice and cool in the warmer months. Don't call the big guys, call the best. Call Carrie at 847-545-1700 or visit arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.net. That's Carrie at 847-545-1700 or online at arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.net. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling, not the biggest, just the best.
All right, welcome to F-150 Radio. Call from Georgia. Chad, what's shaking in Macon?
I know the F-150 kicks butt and takes names.
Like how the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy F-150 thrashes the competition with best-in-class towing and torque?
Mm-hmm, not surprised. Totally saw that coming.
Chad, how do you know so much about F-150 beating the competition?
I drive the competition. Got a 10-year lease.
Kind of embarrassing, huh?
Maybe I shouldn't advertise that fact on a national talk radio show.
Good call. Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar.
Best-in-class claims with properly configured vehicles. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR based on Ford segmentation.
Now get a 2019 F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months, only at your Ford dealer. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 0% APR financing for 72 months at $13.89 per month per thousand finance, regardless of down payment. Program number 21040 on 2019 Ford F-150. Not available on Raptor. Residency restrictions apply. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 7/1/19. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer from the AM 560 Traffic Center.
In Arlington Heights on Gulf Road, just west of Arlington Heights Road, we're just getting word of a rollover crash with entrapment. The northbound side of the drive, brutal from 18th to just before Belmont. Monroe up to Hollywood up to 35 minutes. Southbound in 21. Big backups west on 8094 from the Indiana Toll Road all the way over to Kennedy Avenue. Now the inbound side of the Edens still trying to bounce back from an earlier crash at Willow. Leacock Road down to the junction 45, outbound in 24. Kennedy outbound 21 to the split. 13 in the Express, 38 to the airport. Inbound from O'Hare, hour 15, 46 off the junction. Hike either way, 57 minutes between 390 and the city. Stevenson in and out between 355 and the drive. Count on an hour and 12. Now on the Dan Ryan, outbound 34 minutes to 95th, inbound 29. That's traffic. I'm Mary DeBantis. On AM 560, The Answer.
Now, your official weather forecast from the 1-hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy overnight with a brief shower, low 61. Rather cloudy Saturday, showers and a thunderstorm, high 73. Sunday, cloudy with a shower or thunderstorm around, high Sunday, 77. I'm Brian May on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Alpha Wealth Group, bringing the trilogy of estate, tax, and investment planning together. Visit alphawealthgroup.com for a free report.
What do you need to know before you get home tonight? He's about to tell you. He's Joe Walsh. Right now on AM 560. The Answer.
Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries.
Hey, Joe Walsh, no chill, no chill. I don't have much of a voice left. But I'm still not going to chill this Friday. God bless you. I hope you've had a good week. Thank you so much for listening. Follow me on Twitter at Walsh Freedom. See, I get it. I get the drill. And you all should get the drill too. And it's part of the beauty of America. We got 50 states. I think that's right. I got interns, Josh. Have them look into it. We've got 50 states. You can live in any state you want to live in. And every state is different. Philosophically, every state is different. Policy-wise, every state is different. Value-wise, every state is different. Man, if you didn't know that before the last few months, you ought to know that now. Just look at the life debate. Don't tell me Illinois and Georgia are not different. Don't tell me that New York and Missouri are not different when it comes to life. And that's okay. See, I know who I am politically. I'm with Jefferson. I'm a guy who believes in freedom and a very, very limited government, man. I know what I am. In today's language, I'm a conservative. I don't like that term. I believe in freedom and limited government. I want government to stay the hell out of my life. I know who I am politically, and I know that because I live in the state of Illinois, most people in this state do not think politically and philosophically like I do. I know that. Not even close. This is a deep blue state. I'd be a minority in the state of California. South Carolina, Tennessee. Those are states where more people have my worldview. That's okay. It's the way it is, and it's the way it was set up to be. So I don't get sad when I look at what the state of Florida did today. The governor of the state of Florida. I'm happy for Florida. I don't want to live in Florida, but I'm damn happy for Florida. Makes me just a teeny weeny little sad that I still live in Illinois, but I'm happy for Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis, good conservative Republican governor, Florida, just signed a bill banning sanctuary cities. Think about that. Banning sanctuary cities in the state of Florida. A state banning sanctuary cities. And I'm telling you this from a state that is a sanctuary state. Illinois and Florida on this issue could not be further apart. Illinois is a sanctuary state. Florida today, Ron DeSantis just signing legislation that states SB 168, a state entity, law enforcement agency, or local government entity may not adopt or have in effect a sanctuary policy. Earlier this year, DeSantis, by the way, this was a campaign promise that Republican Ron DeSantis made when he ran for governor of Florida. He said, I'm going to ban sanctuary cities in the state of Florida. Today, he made good on that campaign promise. DeSantis said in a statement earlier today, this is meaningful legislation that will uphold the rule of law and ensure that no city or no county jurisdiction can get in the way of Florida's cooperation with our federal partners to enforce immigration law. Stop there for a minute. Think about that. Think about what Florida just did. Passing a law declaring that no municipality can pass a law that forbids cooperation with our federal partners when it comes to enforcing immigration law. I mean, juxtapose that again with Illinois or California becoming sanctuary states, forbidding the cooperation between locals and the feds when it comes to enforcing our immigration laws. I just say good on Florida. Florida joins, by the way, 9 other states that have passed laws requiring law enforcement, local law enforcement, to cooperate with our immigration agents, officers, when it comes to enforcing our immigration laws. Florida joins Alabama, Arizona, Georgia, Iowa, North Carolina, Mississippi, Missouri, Tennessee, Texas. You know, I know some of you get mad at me when I say this, but can we just cut to the end of the story now? Can we just get to the end of the movie? And can give me those states again. Can Florida and Alabama and Arizona and Georgia and Iowa and North Carolina, Mississippi, Missouri, Tennessee, and Texas, can they just be their own country? Can we just get to the end? You know that's where we're going. Get to the end of the movie now. I'm not upset. I'm perfectly happy with this. And Illinois, I don't know how you're going to do it geographically. And Illinois and New York and California and Rhode Island and Connecticut, they can be their own country. Actually, California should be its own country. And in my world, Texas should be its own country. I don't have a problem with this. I think this is where we're headed. This is sanctuary cities on people in the country illegally. Take any issue. Guns. Look at how Illinois and New York treats guns, the Second Amendment. Look at how Alabama and Georgia treats the Second Amendment. It's like you've got states that acknowledge we have a Second Amendment and states that are trying to get rid of the Second Amendment. I mean, that's fine. Do your own thing. Do you understand now? Take the issue. Take any issue. We have fundamental disagreements. Why are we beating around the bush? Just get to the end of the movie. Get to the divorce. Make it an amicable divorce. And people, everybody right now listening to me all over the country, you can decide what country you want to live in. I'll say it again. I've said it before. If you were starting this country from scratch today, as we are, like you took our maps now, the geography we've got now, these 50 states right now, if I told you you can turn this into as many countries as you want to turn America into, there's no way today, as we are today, there's no way you would make us one country. You wouldn't. It'd be difficult, but you'd figure out the best ways to break us up into 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 countries. And everybody would be happy. And those countries that want a really big government to take a lot of their money, those countries that want government to provide free college, they can do it. They can tax the bejesus out of their citizens, and they can provide free college. They can have government-run health care. I do not want to live in a country with government-run health care. How come I can't live in my own country then? How come I can't get together with Georgia and Alabama and Texas and Tennessee and South Carolina, and we can have our own country where we've got free market health care reforms? I'm fine with that. And if California and Illinois And Rhode Island and New York, they want to form a country and they want universal, single-payer, government-run health care. Let them do it and let them tax their citizens. And if you've got countries that want to be able to kill babies up until a few moments before the baby is born, let them do it. I don't want to live in that kind of country. I'd rather live in a country that protected life, most especially protected life after the point of viability. And if you want to live in a country where you allow people to break into your country illegally all the time, and then you actually give them sanctuary, like Illinois, Chicago, Godspeed, let them do that. I don't want to live in a country that lets people break into the country illegally, stay in the country illegally, and then actually declares sanctuary areas where they're protected. I don't want to live in that country. So I'll go over here with my pals from Tennessee and Georgia and Texas and all the rest, and we'll have a country that will defend its borders and will not allow sanctuary cities or counties. I didn't want to go down this road again, but this Florida story today, banning sanctuary cities, it's taken me there again. That's where we are. I know that scares some people. It doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me. We have a country now fundamentally divided on the very principles this country was founded upon. So let's go our separate ways.
Are you ready? Grow up. Be free. This is the Joe Walsh Show on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, 312-642-5600 if you'd like to yell at me, 312-642-5600. Mike Lindell, he's the MyPillow guy. Get a load of this. He right now is offering the best deal ever, the best MyPillow deal ever on radio or TV. For a limited time only, you can get 2 MyPillows for $69.98. By my math, that's like $34.99 a pillow. That's the lowest price ever offered in the history of MyPillow. Now, if you have been procrastinating and you have not, as of yet, gotten your hands on one of these MyPillows, now's the time to do it. This is the best offer ever. Hey, here's how you get this best offer ever. Go to mypillow.com or call 1-800-489-0201. No matter how you do it, make sure you use the promo code Joe to get the special. Again, that's mypillow.com or 1-800-489-0201. Either way, use the promo code Joe.
One of the biggest fears for retirees and soon-to-be retirees, do I have enough? Do I have enough money to last for the rest of my life? I hear it every day when I meet with individuals, and it's for good reason. Check this statistic out. If you were born in 1800, you could expect to live until you were 39 years old. In 1900, 49. That number jumped to 68 in 1950, and today it's 79. How many people do you know that are in their 80s, in their 90s? Hi, this is Tom Fortino, host of the Alpha Wealth Hour, heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. here on AM 560. So how do you help ensure you never run out of money in retirement? The answers are in our special report, Maximizing Income in Retirement. In this powerful report, you'll discover successful tools and strategies on how to help turbocharge your income in retirement and how to position and protect your money regardless of what happens in the stock market. Call now to receive this report, Maximizing Income in Retirement, and will include 6 strategies to tax-free income. Call the Alpha Wealth Group, 630-519-4742 right now to receive your free report. That's 630-519-4742. 4742.
Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Wealth Advisors, Inc.
We still have a couple foursomes available for our Monday, June 24th golf outing at the Mistwood Golf Club in Romeoville, presented by Clear Financial Strategies. We got a couple foursomes still available in the afternoon. Come on out, enjoy a great lunch and or dinner. Pick up the phone right now and reserve your foursome, 312-363-6680. That's 312-363-6680. Anybody can join us for a great day of golf. If you are a business owner, take part in our business benefactor program. Purchase a foursome for $11.96, and you'll get 25 60-second commercials to promote your business on these airwaves. Hey, that's a great deal, and all the proceeds will benefit the 100 clubs of Chicago that provide financial and educational assistance to the families of our fallen first responders. Call now. Reserve your foursome, 312-363-6680. That's 312-363-6680. Or learn more at 560theanswer.com/golf.
AM 560, The Answer.
Hey, Joe Walsh, happy Friday. No Chill Friday. I hope everybody listening to me right now has had a good week. Before I hop, let me go to Mike. Hey, Mike, you're on with Joe.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
I'm good, man.
You know, I disagree with a lot of stuff you say because of banishing Trump and all that, but the separate country thing that you were talking about,
Yeah.
I really agree with that because I think these Democrats are really going out of their minds now. I'm also from Chicago, and I can't believe they put Pritzker in office. I mean, I cannot believe it.
Get out of here, Mike. Do you still live here?
Yeah, I drive a truck locally, though,
Oh.
but I'm driving right now.
Do you have an exit plan for when you're going to get out of here? Or is
Yeah,
that-
I've been thinking about going Florida. You know, it depends on if I could find a local job driving a truck. I don't
Yeah.
really want to,
Yeah.
you know, it
Well-
sucks sleeping in a truck.
No, I know, man. Hey, Mikey, thank you, brother. I'm glad you listened. Stay safe out there. Stay safe, and thank you for listening. Hey, by the way, I'm glad you're listening, man. I love a call like that. Hey, Joe, I love you. I love what you say on a lot of the issues, but I don't like it when you bash Trump. That's cool. I like it when you express your opinion. Tell me what you think. I'll say it again until I'm blue in the face. I got no magic with this radio show. There's nothing special about what I do. This is not some sophisticated, well-thought-out agenda. You know what I do every damn night? I grab this microphone and I tell you what I think. Period. That's all I do. I just tell you what I think. I tell you what I believe. No matter what, about anything. And you call into this radio show and you tell me what you think. What you think. Now, to me, that makes for an interesting radio show. You can go elsewhere. There are a lot of radio shows where you can go, where you can listen to people tell you all the time what they think you want to hear. There are plenty of people out there who do that. If I had to do that, I wouldn't have a radio show. I'd be selling coffee somewhere, or I'd be a bartender somewhere. Hey, and I wouldn't be tending bar in the state of Illinois. So Florida bans sanctuary cities. J.B. Pritzker, the governor of the state of Illinois, just rewarded the people that got him elected. You know, the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, public sector unions, Illinois state workers, they got J.B. Pritzker elected. They and a few other groups, but they helped get J.B. Pritzker elected, and son of a gun, this is how it always happens. Governor J.B. Pritzker rewarded them. Now, we're all going to pay for it, but he's granted them automatic pay raises to Illinois state workers. This move of J.B. Pritzker's, these automatic pay raises, which, by the way, had been frozen for the past 4 years due to a contract dispute between former Governor Bruce Rauner and the state's largest public sector union. Pritzker gets elected. No more contract dispute. He gives the state, the public sector union, everything they want. He gives them these automatic pay raises which in the next fiscal year, Illinois, will cost about $200 million to the state to pay for these raises to state workers. Now, in a state like Illinois, that's got a deficit of more than $1 billion, and really actually closer to probably $1.5 billion. What's another $200 million to that? And I suppose it doesn't matter to anybody listening to me right now that Illinois state workers are already, right now, currently, the second highest paid state workers in the country. It looks like J.B. Pritzker, Democrat governor of Illinois, is hell-bent on making them the highest paid state workers in the country. And after these automatic pay raises, they will, in fact, Illinois state workers will, in fact, become the highest paid state workers in the country. Now, think about that just for a moment. Everybody listening to me in the state of Illinois. Illinois is the most broke state in the country. Again, about $1.5 billion in unpaid bills, or in a deficit, excuse me. We've got the most out-of-control pension liability in the country. We're broke, we're bankrupt, got the worst credit rating in the country. And J.B. Pritzker, the Democrat governor, with all of that staring him in the face, all of that debt. By the way, that everybody, every taxpayer in Illinois, as long as you stay here, he's coming after you to pay for all of this debt. On top of all of that debt, with all of that, we're the most broke state in the country, and J.B. Pritzker just made Illinois state workers the highest paid state workers in the country. How does that make sense? Well, it doesn't. But remember, the voters of the state of Illinois paid for this. J.B. Pritzker said during the campaign, man, I'm going to reward these state workers. Governor Rauner's been treating them bad. I'm going to reward them. He did. So this isn't a surprise. This isn't a surprise. This is Illinois.
Follow Joe on Twitter @WalshFreedom.
Hi, I'm Misty May Trainer. As a 3-time gold medalist beach volleyball world champion, I had access to the world's best trainers and doctors. But now I'm retired, a busy mom of 3, coach volleyball, and I want my legs to look as good as possible. So when I noticed the veins on my legs, I wanted the same world-class treatment I was used to.
So Misty May joined the over 1 million women and men who went